Be sure to get your copy of the May issue of Mohawk Valley Living magazine, filled with local art, music, history, food, and family fun, including the new Mohawk Valley Adventure Club, available at hundreds of local shops and restaurants. The Steet Ponte Auto Group in Herkimer and Yorkville and Turnbull Insurance Service since 1866 present Mohawk Valley Living, exploring the arts, culture, and heritage of our region.
Good morning and welcome to Mohawk Valley Living. It's May and spring has finally arrived. We'll be traveling all over the Mohawk Valley today, including a trip to my favorite restaurant. I go there every Friday to have my favorite breakfast. You can find out what it is by staying tuned.
You go way up north, you can go way down south, you can go way out west, you can go way back east. No matter where you go, you never find another friend like me.
The Mohawk Valley Living TV show is now a monthly program that will air 6 times every week at the regular times. Look for a brand new show to premiere the first Sunday of every month. At long last, the trees are budding, flowers are blooming, and butterflies have taken wing. At Spring Farm Cares in Clinton, Conservation Director Matt Perry tells us about a butterfly we can look forward to this summer. He is working to create habitats that are conducive to butterflies.
Well, for the Baltimore checkerspot butterfly, we've started sprouting our turtle head seeds. We collected them last year, and we've put them through a stratification process, and they've started sprouting, so we're very happy about that, and we're hoping to get them in the ground, and we'll be putting them in places along creek sides where Baltimore checkerspots are likely to go through. Hopefully some will lay their eggs on these plants, once they're mature that is, and we'll end up with some good checkerspot habitat. Checkerspots can be found in a variety of different areas. It really depends on the time of year. Early though in the season, if you go out in June, they're mostly found in the caterpillar stage. They're found feeding on their host plants, which usually is turtlehead, but they've been known to feed on a few other species too. Well, in June, we've got a real lot start coming out. So a lot more anglewings. You could find the question mark, one of the most beautiful butterflies we have in the area. You start seeing red admirals. You start seeing viceroy butterflies. The spring azure is out. Probably one of the most flamboyant butterflies is the tiger swallowtail. Those of us interested in conservation are interested in all important animals in an ecosystem, and butterflies are very important for pollinating plants, and so therefore they garner the interest.
Read about the Baltimore checkerspot butterfly in this month's magazine. You can take a nature walk with Matt at Spring Farm Cares. Call 737-9339. He also has tours at the Shawangunk Nature Preserve in Coldbrook on Thursday, May 21st and Saturday, June 13th. Visit their website or call 826-7405 to reserve a spot. We visit the Oneida County Historical Society in Utica to find out what Executive Director Brian Howard has researched for us. This month, it's Savage Arms, a company founded in Utica in the early 1900s.
Savage Arms was started by Arthur Savage. He was a bit of a Renaissance man, born in Jamaica. He spent some time in Australia before coming to Utica in the late 19th century. And he was, at the time he started Savage Arms, was running the Utica Beltline Railroad. He was a constant tinkerer. He was always trying to invent things and to develop new technologies. And amongst those, he created a rifle, sporting rifle, in his workshop at home in his off hours that went on to become the Model 99, which started Savage Arms on its path toward where they are today. During the First World War, the company got some huge contracts. They manufactured the Lewis air-cooled machine gun. After the war, they got into the home appliance business when all of their military contracts were canceled. They even manufactured things like ice cream freezers and washers and dryers and other home appliances before World War II broke out. And when that occurred, they got some major contracts for some very common weapons. Most people might be familiar with the Tommy gun from the use by gangsters during Prohibition. Savage manufactured hundreds of thousands of those weapons for the U.S. military during the war, in addition to manufacturing the Browning M2 50 caliber machine gun under license, which was the standard aircraft weapon for United States military planes in the Navy as well as in the Army Air Forces. Savage Arms lasted a few years after the end of World War II in Utica. The original plant, which was built in 1902, was later on used by Sperry Rand and became the Charlestown Shopping Plaza for a good number of years in the late 70s and 1980s into the 1990s. Savage still exists today. They are located out in Massachusetts, but the last vestiges of Savage Arms in Utica, the city in which it was founded, left in 1956.
Read more about Savage Arms in the May issue of Mohawk Valley Living magazine. Don't forget that you can read Mohawk Valley Living magazine on your smartphone or tablet. It's also a great way to share the Mohawk Valley with friends and relatives outside the area. The Steet Ponte Auto Group is proud to bring Mohawk Valley Living to you each week, serving the Utica area and the Valley with outstanding customer service. In Yorkville at Steet Ponte Ford Lincoln Mazda, Steet Ponte Volkswagen, and Steet Toyota Scion. And in Herkimer at Steet Ponte Chevrolet. Stop in and see why it's so easy to do business with Steet Ponte. You go the extra mile for your small business and should expect the same from your insurance company. For over 140 years, Turnbull Insurance Service has been committed to local small business. For your commercial coverage, turn to the company ready to go that extra mile. Turn to Turnbull. Melrose Supermarket is your family hometown market, known for their choice hand-cut meats, homemade breads, and fresh pastas and salads. Check out the weekly specials at Melrose Supermarket, East Main Street in Frankfort.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
We love Mohawk Valley Living.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
Design it your way at Adirondack Furniture. Whether you're looking for furniture for your bedroom, living room, or dining room, you get to choose your style, wood type, finish, fabric, and hardware. American Made gives you the freedom of choice. Shop Adirondack Furniture for the best quality and price for solid wood furniture made in the USA. Ask about 0% financing and free delivery. Adirondack Furniture, Riverside Center, North Utica, and online at AdirondackHomeFurniture.com. A final gift to celebrate and thank your pet for years of joy. Forget-Me-Not Pet Memorialization and Cremation Services by Yakovotzy Funeral Home provides immediate response and dignified aftercare services for your pet. Call 219-5602. Let the Village Crossing help you put it all together with colorful spring fashion shoes and accessories designed to delight. Spring is in at the Village Crossing in Clinton. North Star Orchards is open for the season. The greenhouse is full of potted plants, annuals, and vegetables, and outside you'll find perennials, trees, shrubs, and topsoil. The bakery's open too, with fresh pies, cookies, breads, and muffins at North Star Orchards, Route 233, Westmoreland.
Milkshakes, comic books, the drive-in Saturday night. You knew everything and told me what was right. There was day trips and fishing trips and camping in Saranac Lake. Long gone the innocence.
Special thanks to Turnbull Insurance Service and Mark and Jim Turnbull. Their continued support makes the show possible. We hear there's a unique new business in the J.C. Penney wing of Sangertown Square in New Hartford. Adirondack Olive Oil Company imports the finest olive oils and balsamic vinegars that are infused with many traditional and exotic flavors. People are encouraged to sample.
Well, it is all natural. You can't find it in the grocery stores, so it's great for, there's a lot of health benefits. It helps with heart diseases, with inflammation, with arthritis, with digestion. It also helps with diabetes. The flavor, yes, the flavors are amazing, either by themselves or mixed together. Well, we have flavors like, for some of our balsamics, we have coconut, we have mango, we have blueberry, raspberry. For our olive oils, we have a lime infused, a lemon infused, we have some spicy ones, we have a green chili and a cayenne pepper. Yep, when people come in, we let them know what's on each side of the place, and then we tell them that they can sample anything they'd like. And we also offer mixing right in the store if they want to make a vinaigrette or a marinade.
Now that sampling has stimulated our appetites, we head up the road to Charlie's Place, known for their homemade soups and daily specials.
I am here at Charlie's Place, where I have breakfast every Friday morning and am treated like, sort of like a celebrity. But the truth is that everybody who comes here is celebritized. Is that a word? Sure. Well, whatever, celebritized. Fantastic place, fantastic food. You can even have your breakfast customized. Come here and ask for the Richard Special and find out what you'll get.
Well, I'm very lucky. I have a great staff. Things flow nice. I love it, and hopefully there'll be many more years to come.
Well, you have a lot of regulars.
Oh, we have a lot of regulars. Some people are here 3 times a day.
And they take the abuse.
They do dish it out.
And what do you think, what is it about this setting here that you developed these regulars?
I think we're a comfortable, homey place. What was that?
They said family.
Oh yes, everybody here is like family. We actually know things that are going on with people. If people are sick or have, things going on, we know about it and we try to help them out.
And what's the secret to good, consistent food?
Well, having a consistent staff for one thing, but just, keeping on top of things and making sure everybody's happy.
And now with the weather warmer, tell us that.
Now we can eat outside on the weekends, which is great because we can use that extra room sometimes. But people love to eat outside, and hopefully we'll have a nice summer with lots of nice weather.
Now that we've had our lunch, with plenty of leftovers to go, we say goodbye to Charlie's Place and head up to Route 233 in Westmoreland. Mohawk Metal Manufacturing and Sales is a relatively new company in the area. Here they manufacture metal roofing, siding, and post-frame buildings, often made on demand and to specifications.
Well, we're making roofing, siding, trim, and our consumers are basically homeowners, contractors, do-it-yourselfers. Our summers are actually when we do our work here. This wintertime is some winters are decent and other winters are pretty slow. We are planning on expanding the business here. Hopefully get started on it this year.
We ask William what brought him and his business from Indiana to upstate New York.
We've had some friends in the area, and when we come up here to see them, stopped in just as a visit in 2002, the area was so beautiful that it stuck to us, and the more we got up into this area, it seemed like a very good place to live just for the fact of the cooler summers than what we were used to.
Mohawk Metal Manufacturing and Sales is located at 4901 Route 233 in Westmoreland and online at mohawkmetalsales.com.
Just trying to find my way back home. Just trying to find my way back home. Just trying to find my way back home. Just trying to find my way back home.
Be sure to attend the annual Iroquois Cultural Festival at the Fenimore Art Museum Saturday, May 23rd. Taste traditional Iroquois foods, watch lacrosse demonstrations, see artisans at work, and shop unique Native American jewelry and crafts. Tour the Thaw Collection's special exhibition celebrating its 20th anniversary. The new Lakeside Amphitheater will be alive with Native American music, dance, and storytelling performances during the annual Iroquois Cultural Festival Saturday, May 23rd from 10 to 5 at the Fenimore Art Museum in Cooperstown. The Steet Ponte Auto Group is proud to bring Mohawk Valley Living to you each week, serving the Utica area and the Valley with outstanding customer service. In Yorkville at Steet Ponte Ford Lincoln Mazda, Steet Ponte Volkswagen, and Steet Toyota Scion, and in Herkimer at Steet Ponte Chevrolet. Stop in and see why it's so easy to do business with Steet Ponte. The Fenimore Art Museum in Cooperstown opens its 2015 season with 6 exciting new exhibits, including Marc Chagall's Magic Flute, Colorama, and the 20th anniversary of the Thaw Collection of American Indian Art. Visit FenimoreArtMuseum.org for more details on this great new season. You'll also find a $2 off coupon for admission to the Fenimore Art Museum in Cooperstown.
Welcome to the Little Falls Antique Center in the shops at 25 West. Come on in and browse thousands of unique items that change on a daily basis. Shop for yourself or for someone else. We're open every day from 10 to 5. We look forward to your visit here at historic Canal Place in Little Falls.
Tom's Natural Foods is your connection to local farms for natural and organic fruits and vegetables, meats, eggs, cheeses, and other milk products. At Tom's Natural Foods in Clinton, naturally.
The people you know, the rock you love, and more songs per hour. 92.7 FM, The Drive, Central New York's locally owned independent rock station.
Alpaca Gardens has the largest selection of the finest alpaca clothing and products in Central New York. The store has doubled in size and features hundreds of sweaters for men, women, and children starting at just $39.95. There are also dozens of styles of soft alpaca socks in a rainbow of colors, including therapeutic socks to aid circulation. Shop Alpaca Gardens, open Monday through Saturday at 27 West Main Street in Little Falls, across from Fall Hill Bead and Gem.
Down upon his knee, he said, "Girl, you go to school and learn your letters. Don't you be no dusty miner like me."
The Oneida County Public Market begins its summer season Saturday, May 16th from 9 to 1 and every Saturday throughout the summer.
Past my door, now they're standing in a rusty line, all empty and yelling and don't stop here anymore.
May is always going to be that emerging season where we're looking ahead. We're getting our gardens ready, we're sprucing things up, we're looking at the seeds, we've got our plants started that we started earlier, and we look for the weather to actually change to where it's safe to plant. Obviously we're going to go with the hardiest stuff. Onion sets is one of the first things you'll put in, shallots, some of the perennials, rhubarb, any of the fruit trees, it's a good time to plant those. We have plenty of moisture to establish them. The blackberries, raspberries, whatever it is, think early for those things. More tender things will be the later part of May. You know, your squash and your beans and all of the things that are a little more tender, wait until the end of May and then you'll be ready for it. Somewhere around the middle of May, as long as I can remember, we get a touch of frost, whether it's a minor frost or a harder frost. Don't worry, I mean, most of the plants that'll be out can take that. If it loses a little bit of the luster, one good tip is to go out, put a sprinkler on it, burn that frost away, or you could cover it. Preferably with a cloth or newspaper, something that isn't going to transfer the temperature, the cold, but you'll keep them healthy throughout May.
It's getting to be late afternoon, tea time. But we don't have to travel to England for authentic afternoon tea. We just head to Rome to the Oak and Ivy Bed and Breakfast. Here we meet illustrator Frederick Rice, who lives an artful life here in his 1871 Victorian Italianate home. Fanciful architecture and English gardens are his favorite subject and what brought him to Rome.
I had friends who lived here. I had no idea that I'd be ever moving to Central New York. I didn't want a 20-room house. I didn't want a colder climate. Well, here we are, 8 years later, now 7 years later. But the house was really the one thing that got me here. Well, I was actually trained as an illustrator. I went to Massachusetts College of Art. I studied in Italy for a while and so forth, and my style has always been more illustrative than it has been, quote, fine art. And I like pictures to tell a story. If there's a little humor, a little bit of whimsy in it, so much the better. And the cottages, the English cottages and so forth, which are kind of a mainstay now of what I do, they've really become a signature, and there is that whimsy because there's no straight lines in anything over in England. So perspective, you can take a few liberties as well, but it adds that sense of whimsy. I don't go quite as far as being, you know, animation type whimsy, but it still has that feeling of slightly unworldliness. And I like, whether it's the house, whether it's the artwork, whatever it is, to provide, I don't know, again, it's a sense of theater, I suppose, where you can get away from the real world, which is closing in on us more and more these days. And that's the same thing here with the house as well, is to create a sanctuary away from the techno world. everything's connected as far as my world of art, so to speak. I'm really a designer more than anything, and I've done interior design, garden design, used to do a lot of consulting and so forth in garden design. I've worked hotels, having grown up part of my life in England. I lived in the West Indies for a while, worked in a hotel down there. But between the garden design, theater design, I've worked for film, television, theater for years, and everything just kind of culminated right here.
Big blank canvas.
Big blank canvas. The garden was non-existent. I brought 463 pots of plants with me, and it was one of those things that you want to move what? And it was, yeah, well, and they said, okay. So here we are. And so the garden and the house started pretty much simultaneously, but the house needed everything.
You can see the artwork of Frederick Rice on display through May 29th at Fusion Art Gallery, Turin Road in Rome. You can arrange an afternoon tea at Oak and Ivy Bed and Breakfast by calling 337-3065 or visit oakandivybedandbreakfast.com. Just around the corner is another historic home, built as a residence for American civil engineer John B. Jervis in 1858. Today his bequest continues on as the thriving Jervis Public Library.
John Jervis was a very prominent civil engineer in the 1800s. Probably his biggest claim to fame was designing the Croton Aqueduct, which was the first reliable water supply to New York City. It was built in the 1840s and was used for about 60 years, and it actually allowed the population of the city to double within 10 years. He also was chief engineer of many of the early railroad and canal projects across the eastern United States. He stipulated in his will that upon his death and his wife Eliza's death, that his home would be left to the city of Rome to establish a public library. And he died in 1885 and his wife died in 1894. And the library opened to the public on July 15th, 1895. And actually this summer will be our 120th anniversary. We're busy every day. Our computers are used constantly. A lot of people are here looking for jobs, doing resumes. Children are here doing their schoolwork. People are still reading books, and they come in and read the books, check them out. We have DVDs that are very popular to check out. And so we're just a busy place all the time.
So exactly what he had hoped for.
I think so. I think he would be happy to see his legacy this day.
You can take a guided tour of the magnificent Jervis Public Library this summer. There are tours in June, July, August, and September. Visit the library's website or MohawkValleyLiving.com for information.
To see what we can see, traveling round the Mohawk Valley, let's see what we can see.
When planning your family's future, turn to the principles of the past. Turn to Turnbull. Turnbull Insurance Service is an independent agency representing the most dependable companies for all your insurance needs, as well as complete financial planning and wealth management. Call today for a free assessment. For Mother's Day or Memorial Day, trust M&M Monument Maintenance of Clayville to make your family's memorial look like new, with cleaning, leveling, and annual planting. Call 316-6092 or find M&M Monument on Facebook. Be sure to visit the new Newport Marketplace Top-Notch Garden Center, featuring over 40 vendors of antiques and vintage items, honey, cheese, and more in the natural food store, as well as all of your spring gardening needs, like mulch, seeds, perennials, trees, statuary, and bird baths. The Newport Marketplace Top-Notch Garden Center, Route 28 in Newport.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
I absolutely love Mohawk Valley Living.
I love Mohawk Valley Living.
When you shop Meelan's Market, you'll be the grill master. That's because every hot dog, beef patty, and sausage is made by Bob Meelan himself. Find everything for your next cookout, from store-made meats to fresh salads and tabbouleh, at Meelan's Market at the Four Corners in Clark Mills.
Your news, talk, and sports authority. Talk Radio, AM 1450, WKAL, Rome, Utica.
I, R.A. Dudrak, the Window King, invite you to visit our showroom in Holland Patent, or we'll come to your home by appointment. We've been installing replacement windows for over 45 years. Keep your palace cool in the summer and warm in the winter by adding new windows. Many styles and selections to choose from. bay, bow, garden, and double hung, single hung, and slider windows. The Window King also introduces color replacement windows. So take a short drive to R.A. Dudrak, Holland Patent, and tell them the Window King sent you.
Expecting company? Just call Deansboro's Superette. They prepare delicious Middle Eastern platters for any number of guests. Call 841-4377. If you're in a collision, you need precision. Call your insurance company first and then choose Precision Unlimited, providing expert auto body collision repair since 1987 on Route 5 in Clinton.
Big one walking down the avenue. Thought a while he was on his way. Here comes a big one strolling down.
We travel from 19th century homes in Rome to a 21st century dairy farm in Cassville. Glenn and Cheryl Taylor of Tailwind Farm have invested in technology, employing the help of robots. Instead of the daily rush to get the herd through the milking parlor, cows now casually stroll through the robotic milking system.
Our farm consists of about 550 acres, and we grow corn and soybeans and alfalfa, mostly feed our herd of cows, about 250 milking cows. And we also grow the young stock replacements to go with the herd. And about 3 years ago, we started construction on the new milking facility, which is 4 robotic milkers that now do the milking of the herd, instead of which replaces other parlors or tie stall barns that would employ people to do it. Before, in our old system, we had a parlor, and it would take 2 people to do the milking about 4 hours or more, twice a day, or sometimes when we were milking 3 times a day, that would be 3 times. And now there's people working in the barn a couple hour and a half, 2 hours each end of the day to get to do some work with it, but there's much less time commitment and work involved in this, and also the hours are a little more flexible and better. We start our days a little later and are able to finish a little earlier at night. It's even better for the cows, we think. They have a lot more freedom to do as they choose. They either eat or drink or milk or lie down at any time that they feel that they want to. And so it's a more relaxed environment for the cows, and the cows seem quieter and more comfortable in this setup when we're around working with them.
You can read more about Tailwind Farm in this month's MVL magazine. And you can take a tour of this robotic dairy farm during Farm Fest on Friday, May 29th from 4 to 8 p.m. at 1680 Marshall Road in Cassville. On your visit to Cassville during Farm Fest, or anytime you're in Cassville, stop by Wendy's Diner. The ice cream window is open for the season. Wendy's Diner is located at 1717 Route 8 in Cassville. Be sure to enjoy the taste of summer.
I got to